Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your hosts, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Thursday afternoon. Welcome into this, the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I'm Andy Graham alongside Jim Hardy. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Auburn basketball, unfortunately, gets their first loss of the season last night as they travel to Cameron indoor to take on the Duke Blue Devils. We'll talk about that game a little bit. Duke winning that one 84-78. We'll break down some of the numbers and kind of listen or talk about some of the things that Bruce Pearl had to say after that game. We are one day post from National Signing Day. Auburn brings in the number 6 class in the country. We were hoping for that top 5 class, but didn't quite go our way, didn't get some of the flips that maybe we were hoping for. But it's really a stellar class. And, I'll say what I said yesterday. You look back, I think it was the number 10 class, number 8, 9, or not, I don't know if it finished 9 or 10 last year, but a top 10 class. Mm-hmm. And you look at the evaluation and the guys that they brought in last year and those freshmen that are, you look at a guy like Caleb Harris and a guy like Jay Crawford, nobody expected those guys to be playing, and they are ahead of schedule. You look at, Malik Blockton, and that dude was playing and, starting sometimes, getting big-time minutes on the defensive line. DeMarcus Riddick, you can keep going down the line. If their evaluation of these players in this class is equal to what they did last year, Auburn's going to be just fine.
Right.
There's going to be talent. We're not going to be talking about how much, deficient we are in talent.
They pulled in top 10 last year, number 10.
Okay. And
it was a 92.01 average, so they're right there on their same mark this year, and they're inside. They're number 6 at the moment.
And look, with all due respect, and I'm sure those guys, do their due diligence, and they really, break down the film and they look at these guys, but it's all projection. Guys, coaches sometimes see past, and they can see things in guys that other just national recruiting analysts don't see.
Sure.
And so, that's what do you trust your coaches? Do you trust your coaches to do this evaluation? I said for years that Malzahn and that staff, they brought in highly ranked classes, but their evaluation was not very good because so many of those guys came in and they just were not productive. Last year, we brought in a class that was highly productive. If we can do that again, if this class is much the same, again, Auburn is going to be just fine. And a lot of these guys you're going to see playing on Saturday next year.
Well, and that's one of the things, like what you just brought up. I went through a scouting combine years ago, actually trying to learn to be an NFL scout. And what they literally sit there and do, and they taught us how to do, there's so many measurables to these kids, and I'm sure they're using the same thing from high school to college as they are to college to the NFL. You've literally look at a 5-star kid, let's say an Alvin Henderson, just out there dominating a lower ball.
Right.
Well, how can you project that? You got to be good at looking at the measurables of that human being. Can he put on more weight? Can you make him faster? Has he hit his growth spurts already, and he's just not going to get no bigger, and that's as big as he's going to get? How do you look at him playing 1 and 2A ball competition and just running over them and go, okay, that translates to the SEC? It's like you said, it's a fine art right there to pull that off.
No question. And you talk about a guy like Alvin Henderson. He's 200 pounds in high school.
Yeah.
He's only 5'9".
Right.
But J.J. made a great comparison yesterday. He's built like Mark Ingram.
Yeah.
Mark Ingram did pretty well.
He definitely looks a lot like him.
So, will he have the same kind of career that Ingram had at Alabama? we can only hope. I'd love to see Alvin Henderson win a Heisman Trophy at Alabama and a national championship. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
But so we'll talk about that. What did you think about the Auburn recruiting class yesterday? Again, the number 6 class. According to the composite rankings, we'll look at some of those as well and how they differ maybe from one single service. But I'd love to hear from you, 256-234-6221. Also, it is Super 7. Thompson, who Auburn pulled a couple of guys from Thompson, Jared Smith. He is a 4-star on in the composite, but he is a 5-star according to 24/7, and one of the most elite edge rushers. And you watch him play at Thompson, and it translates. You look at that guy, he jumps off the screen.
And I've always used the comment for years of watching high school football play. If you can't watch a game and see that Auburn athlete on the field, he ain't there. Like those Division I athletes stand out like a sore thumb.
Anquan Fagan's another one.
Yeah.
He has had just a tremendous year. He is so active in the secondary. And, Auburn, this is you already see Kaylin Lee. You see Jay Crawford. You see Caleb Harris. You see Sylvester Smith. Already young guys out there playing in that secondary. And you're bringing in probably one of the better defensive back classes that Auburn's had in, 20 years. I mean, these dudes are ready to play. They are extremely talented. Guys like Anquan Fagan, Eric Winters, Blake Woodby. I read one evaluation that said Blake Woodby might be the most talented cover guy in the country coming out of Maryland. So, again, it just goes to show you. Get a little feedback in here, Kane. Maybe, I don't know if it's the speaker or maybe me. Doing a little lurch today. But anyway, this defensive back class, really, really impressive. Going to be a lot of fun to watch these guys develop.
Yeah, and I was proud to see Donovan Starr come on board.
He did, yeah. Naheem offered.
Yeah.
That was projected to flip to Auburn. He ends up flipping, but he flipped all the way out there to Oregon.
Right.
And that's a lot of flipping.
Right.
To go all the way out there. But, you brought it up. Phil Knight did say there's kind of a blank check.
Yep.
Now, did that have something to do with it?
Yeah, because you got to ask.
Probably.
Coming in at the 12th hour.
Yeah.
If I've already talked to Auburn, I've already talked to other people, and I'm pretty well decided. Auburn, you've been after me for years. And, I know you guys. How does somebody come in at the 12th hour and snatch them up? It's got to be dollars.
I'm sure that's a factor.
Yeah.
Now, Oregon, does it hurt that Oregon's the number one team in the country?
No.
Right now?
That doesn't hurt.
And did Auburn miss out on some guys that maybe were projected to flip to Auburn because they went 5-7? Probably.
Right.
That's a factor too. So that's not to be diminished.
And it's definitely like you brought up. He'd love to have relationships with each one of these players, and they were telling him in this recruiting. He did a press conference yesterday after it was all over and said even the players were telling him other teams were out there trying to recruit against our negative performance.
Yeah.
They were even throwing rumors out that he was sick and going to be leaving because of his health. I was like, they will try anything in recruiting to get a kid to come to their school.
So, again, Thompson last night defeats Central Phoenix City 21-7. Mars Hill Bible and Houston Academy going on actually right now. That one started at 11. Wadley and Maplesville, the 1A final, will be at 3 o'clock today. And Class 5A, Moody and Montgomery Catholic tonight at 7 o'clock. That one is going to be worth the price of admission.
I believe I'm correct on what I'm about to say, but in that 7A final, both of those teams did not win their areas. They literally had to fight their way back.
Regions.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we used to call them areas when I played. So the region, and then they end up in a state title game. That shows you how strong 7A football is in state Alabama.
No question.
Yeah.
And that's the first time those two specific schools have not won the region in a while.
Now, hasn't it? And also, if I'm top of my head, just guessing, but is it not like the last 5, 6, 7 state titles those two have played in it?
Yeah, I mean, Thompson's won I don't know how many in a row here.
Yeah, like 5, 6.
But they, going back 10 or 12 years, I want to say this specific, Phoenix City versus Thompson has happened at least 5 times.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is two powerhouse schools.
Oh, absolutely.
In 7A.
And you love it that we're getting recruits from both of them.
Yes.
That's the great thing.
No question about it. If you got 2 pipelines, those are 2 of the ones you want for sure.
Absolutely.
No question. All right, going back, we'll talk a little bit about this game. Auburn and Duke, did you catch it last night?
I did. I caught about half of it and
It's a
fell
little
asleep.
bit past your bedtime.
Yeah, and then I picked back up on it this morning, saw the rest of it. So,
Auburn did some really good. They hit 10 threes in this game.
Yeah.
I thought, Miles Kelly came out and ran. He was really hot. I thought we did a very poor job of maybe intentionally trying to get him some good looks in the second half. I don't think we got near enough good looks for him in the second half. He ended up with 14 points, but I think he was 5 of 6 from 3 or something. I mean, or 4 of 5, and that kind of irked me a little bit. Janai Broome didn't have a great first half, but he came back like an All-American and had a very good second half. He was a little frustrated, got a little foul trouble. All the bigs got a little foul trouble last night, and that's going to be an issue, and that's going to be something that people look at and say that's how you beat Auburn. You get them in foul trouble.
Here's an issue I have, and I'm sure you can explain it a lot better than me. But when you got people playing 28 minutes and giving you 0 points, that's not a good thing.
Yeah, it was an off night for Denver Jones for sure. He's usually going to give you 10 to 12.
Yeah, and Cardwell, you would expect him to give you 4 to 6, 8.
Again,
especially some
early
good
foul
rebounds.
trouble for him.
Yeah.
I was Dylan Cardwell with 2 rebounds.
Yeah.
That's 1 rebound. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I may have written that wrong. 1 turnover, I think, 2 rebounds. But yeah, so it was an off night for a lot of guys, but you give Duke a lot of credit for that.
I don't know many teams that can go into
really
Camden
good.
Indoor and win at that place.
That's no question. Up against our first break here, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes. They're installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Get ready to rev up your fall with Adams Motorsports in Montgomery. This season, experience the thrill of the open road like never before. From sleek motorcycles to powerful ATVs to versatile side-by-sides, we've got everything you need to fuel your passion for adventure. Whether Polaris, Suzuki, or Kawasaki, Adams sells and services the best. Go to where the journey begins. Visit us today or online for more information. From East Alabama's first family of power sports, Adams Motorsports of Montgomery.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your boat or vehicle to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your vehicle the right way. Located at 702 McCarty Road in Dable, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or Superior Automotive and Boat Detailing.
Heavy-duty trucks and heavy-duty savings are at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Big work means big towing and hauling ability. Today, you can drive away brand new Chevrolet Silverado and GMC Sierra 2500 HD trucks with discounts up to $6,000 off. Take your choice, Chevy or GMC heavy-duty 2500 series trucks up to $6,000 off right now during truck season. So let's get to work. Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, your heavy-duty truck headquarters. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you, just getting started on today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. We are brought to you each and every day by J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation, Russell Dewitt Center, and Sensagreen Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Some of our great corporate partners here. We appreciate them so very much. Go and check out these businesses if you get a chance. Very high quality, very good people there. They are experts at what they do, and they can assist you in any way, I'm sure, that you need. Going back to the Auburn-Duke game a little bit, the freshman for Duke comes out and just is red hot. He makes 6 threes in the first half, has 18 points, does not score in the second half. But that was the difference, really, in the game. Auburn came out red hot. They got up to an 11-point lead. But they brought this kid in, and he shot him back.
So it was obvious Bruce made the adjustments for the second half to kind of make him get not as open looks as he got the first time around.
Well, like I said, it was unfortunate. I mean, J.P. Pegues better be careful because he only got 4 minutes of playing time in this game. And the 4 minutes as he was on the floor, it was his man was the freshman that got 3, I think, wide open looks. And so if you want to play your way out of the rotation for Bruce Pearl, you get lax on the defensive end. Mm-hmm. I mean, he'll let you shoot out, a cold snap. He'll let you try to work your way out of a slump shooting the ball offensively. But you get lazy on the defensive side, you'll be on the bench. And, he hasn't translated to what we were hoping maybe he could be. So now, on the flip side of that, Tahad Pettiford has been better than we hoped.
Yes.
And he was
a much-needed breath of air from Holloway.
Yeah. But he is ice in the veins. The moment is not too big for him. Another great game again last night, 20 points. He did have 3 assists and 1 steal. But, again, Chaney Johnson, early foul trouble. He is the last couple of games is kind of struggled a little bit on the offensive end, but
now, do you think that's
go ahead.
You got a better full watch of the game last night? Do you think that's more of a strategy Duke employed, is try to get some of these guys in foul trouble, like put them in places to be like that, or are we playing a little overly aggressive on the road and it's just how it turned out?
I think you're always going to get calls in Cameron.
Okay.
For Duke.
Yeah.
Now, we were playing aggressive, but that was certainly, I think, part of their game plan was to take the basket to the hoop.
Mm-hmm.
Take the ball to the hoop. And, that Cooper Flagg was one of them. I mean, he stayed on the foul line, and he's really, really good for a freshman.
He's like a broom. He's going to get his points regardless.
But Duke had 4 turnovers.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
Now, Auburn only had 8.
Right.
But Auburn had 1 point off turnovers. That's usually a double-digit stat for them, whereas Duke had 13 points off turnovers. So their bench outscored Auburn's. That hardly ever happens.
I think I did see a statistic, or 2 of them actually. One of them that the ACC and SEC challenge yesterday, there were 12 teams played, and Auburn was the only one that lost out of the SEC.
Well, Kentucky lost.
Oh, they did too? Okay.
Yeah. So
10-2?
The SEC just completely dominated.
Right. That should show come tournament time where the better teams are. The SEC should get some people in this time.
Oh, there's no question. The SEC is the premier conference in college basketball right now. And SEC season is going to be
fun.
A nightmare.
Yeah.
So this is not the last game Auburn's going to lose this year. That's not going to be that's not going to be in question. John says Auburn will be fine. It was 1 game, 1 loss.
Oh, yeah.
I don't believe anyone will go undefeated. No, they will not. Bubba says, what was the final count on the SEC ACC challenge? John says 14-2. So it was 11-1 going into last night.
That's what I thought.
And then Alabama beat North Carolina. I know. I didn't see how some of the other ones turned out. John says say 14-2. So
okay.
He said not sure, but I'll check on that during the break.
Even still, if it's 10-2, 14-2, that's a pretty dang gun strong for the SEC.
No question. It was a dominating performance. Bruce Pearl after the game. Read a couple of these and we'll react to them. He said that's a really good Duke team. John Shire doesn't get nearly enough credit for how good of a coach he is. They run really good stuff. I like their chemistry. I like their culture. I like their blend of young and old. They knew that they were playing an older team, a team that can play physically. And I thought in many ways they played more physically than we did. They made some real tough one-on-one plays late in the first half. They killed us in transition. After getting off to such a great start, we got into a little foul trouble and the rotations were a little messed up. They did. They hit the boards hard in the first half. I looked down, and I'm actually shocked that Auburn ended up with 39 boards to their 34. I bet they out-rebounded us in the first half significantly. So that just tells you what kind of second half Auburn had. But they worked. They took it to us, and we got punched in the mouth. Auburn did make a great comeback, cut it to 2, but, had a couple of turnovers and just couldn't get that big shot to ever get ahead there in the second half. That's just kind of the way the game went. But like I said, it's 1 game. This is basketball. This is the way it goes. So we got no problems about that moving forward.
Absolutely.
All right, we got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. More of the Auburn Blitz is on the way right after this.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sense Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sense Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit Sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sense Green.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes. They're installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
The results are in, and Game Day Men's Health in Auburn has delivered. The certified medical team at Game Day Men's Health wants to help you feel better. Text 334-209-3706 to set up your free testosterone check and consult. Results back in as little as 15 minutes. Tired of feeling tired? Text 334-209-3706 to Game Day Men's Health in Auburn. They make you feel better.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your boat or vehicle to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your vehicle the right way. Located at 702 McCarty Road in Dayville, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or Superior Automotive and Boat Detailing.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. If you are seeing that was Alvin Henderson. You can see there was some big holes that he was running through. But you certainly, I mean, you can't deny the fact that his speed and his athleticism. It's going to be interesting to see how he translates into the SEC. But he is can be a dynamic player. He was according to the composite, the number 104 player in the country.
Well, and you're also talking about the number 1 all-time state of Alabama rushing leader.
Yeah. He had some games were just unbelievably ridiculous.
I think he said it ended up close to 250-yard average a game.
Yeah. Probably averaged, 12 yards.
I don't know if I could do that back in the old days of Tecmo Bowl with Bo Jackson.
I mean, really. So, anyway, John says, where did the Duke coach come from? John Shire actually played at Duke, and then I think he became an assistant, and he was an assistant under Krzyzewski until he got the head coaching job. I don't think he's coached anywhere else but Duke. So, just to answer that question.
I think it was a highly recommended, pass down kind of thing, passing the torch, and they were only going to turn the keys over to the right person.
Right. And apparently they did.
Yes.
He's doing a good job.
Well, and if you got Cooper Flags walking in your door, then
that helps.
Yeah.
That helps for sure. And he's not the only one on there. That Isaiah, I can't remember his last name, but he shot the lights out last night. He's going to be pretty fun to watch. All right, anything about this signing class for you, Jim? Did anything stand out? Did anybody in particular that you're excited about more than anybody else?
I am Deuce. I mean, I really am. I've saw a lot of recruiting stuff. I've watched a lot of video on him in the last year. Everybody just keeps talking about his upside is so great. Like he's still learning the position. He's got all the measurables in the world. I mean, one service this morning, I think I was watching it 24/7, called him the freakest athlete quarterback in the entire country this year coming out. They said he's got, the skills that if he just takes off and runs, he can run off and leave you. But at the same time, he can throw 160 yards. So he's got it. They just need some refining. I'm excited, but it's going to be, in my book, the nurturing or whatever way you want to call it, developing of Deuce Knight is going to be the key to the thing. You can't go out there in year one and throw him to the wolves. You can't.
Yeah.
If he's not showing it in high school that he's completely ready for that level, you got to bring him along slower. You can't just turn him out. But the great thing is you got Walker White waiting there, in the wings to be able to step up and play some of that.
Love to see Deuce Knight and Walker White compete for that starting job. I expect Auburn to go out to the portal and bring in a quarterback this year, if not 2 from the portal. We'll see what happens with that. But
yeah, because it's all hinging on, if we're talking quarterbacks, you want 5 in the room. If you still got Hank sitting there and you still got Walker and Deuce, that leaves you 2 spots. You're going to go get somebody you feel like could start day one, and I feel like you want to get somebody that could help push that room and compete for the job as well.
Yeah.
Or does, like a Sam Jackson that's still stuck around, do you push him back over there and say, hey, give it a shot?
I don't think so.
Well, but he's on the team.
He's on the team, that is for sure. At least for now.
Correct.
I haven't looked at the transfer portal lately.
Well, and as you say that, all signs have all of intel that I'm hearing that Hank's out of there. But as of yesterday, he's made no decision whatsoever.
Still can't officially enter until the 9th.
That's right.
So you might as well. I mean, you can declare.
But if you are crazy enough to think they're not out there already talking to these kids.
Oh, yeah.
Because if, like the quarterbacks that are on the list now, say the Miller Moss, if he's already made his mind up, he's already put it on X, I'm going into the portal, then why would you not have somebody, not a coach, but a kid, reach out to him and say, hey, come over here at Auburn and give us a look?
Well, isn't he already talking about visiting Auburn?
Auburn, yeah, that's one of his 3 teams that he wants.
That's the guy from USC.
Yes.
Who, was benched. I keep saying that.
Benched by Lincoln.
He was benched by Lincoln Riley.
Yeah. But that's necessarily not a terrible thing. I just think that sometimes a player's style and a coach's style don't meet eye to eye.
Yeah.
Lincoln is more of the Mike Leach tree, and Miller seems to be more of the dual threat kind of guy that wants to, get out there a little bit. But, I mean, as far as overall class, I think it rated as the number 1 class in Auburn history, as far as the points go. So they're saying there's no better ever put together in school history. I was very excited about that. A lot of people got disappointed, like when you were opening the show, you were talking about Alford that we didn't get and so we didn't get. and it was like a letdown we didn't get them, I think we need to be excited that we got what we got.
No doubt.
I mean, we got it. The bus is loaded right now. We just got to find somebody to drive it.
Jackson Arnold enters the areas. Made his designation to enter the portal.
Yes. Now, he's a 5-star. Or was coming out.
Did he play like one?
Well,
I mean, they kind of threw him to the wolves, like you said.
Right.
As a young guy.
It depends on, how you look at each. I think they're going to have to take what time they can, which one way they're going to have to be in a rush, because some of these other teams are going to go right after these guys, because Auburn's not the only person out there looking for a quarterback. But they're going to have to make a good evaluation, but at the same time, as me and you've already talked about 100 times in here, we can't miss.
Right.
This is the year that you can't miss on a quarterback, because if you follow this up with another 5 and 7, we're not talking about him having a job.
No, we're talking about a different guy coming in.
Yeah.
And hopefully he's got a very talented roster to work with.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
now
one
you
way or the other.
I think you still got a Bussy hanging out there that's supposed to announce on Friday. Do you think there's any chance of him coming on the bus?
Justice Terry?
Terry, I mean, yeah. Bussy. Terry.
I mean, from everything I've seen, it appears that,
is he a Bulldog?
He's okay. He's going to end up at Georgia, but everybody said Naeem Offer was going to flip to Auburn.
Right.
They were wrong about that. So,
well,
who knows? Maybe we can float over another offer. I mean, maybe we're maxed out on that. I don't know.
Well, I mean, obviously it all depends on, too, what you want to put into the portal. Mm-hmm. Because we really got to look at this thing now. You almost got to formulate what you're doing with your recruiting class like you're a GM for the NFL. And we got to sit there and look at, did we meet our needs yesterday, and did we need some help at cornerback? Did we need some help at safety? We went out and filled our needs yesterday. Now we got areas you got to go look at and go, okay, what do we need to go buy in the portal and figure out who can fill that in? Because one that jumped out to me is, and we played his highlights just a minute ago, Alvin Henderson. If Alvin comes into that room, you got
Jeremiah Cobb and
Austin. Well, at least in my opinion, Cobb and Austin can't be so excited about splitting all their carries. So if Alvin comes in there and they got to split some carries with him, I'm not sure both of them stick around. And you don't want just 3 running backs in a room in the SEC. So you got to go out there in the portal and get a couple backs.
Especially if we're going to give it to them 13 times a game.
Correct. Yeah. I don't think either one. I'm not sticking around. If I'm a kid like that and you're telling me that the average is that you're going to get 12, 13 carries a game and it's going to be split between different guys, I'm not coming.
Don't go anywhere. More to come on this edition of the Auburn Blitz.
This is Joseph Dean with Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory. I am pleased to announce that Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is now open to serve the public at our location on the corner of 49 North and 280 West in Dadeville. Please stop by and see lifelong resident of Dadeville, Molly Kaler, who will be running the office and meeting with families who want to plan ahead and pre-need their services. We are also available by phone 256-750-0381 or online at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life. EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area. Go ahead and mark your calendars, sports fans. The Alabama State Games are returning to the Magic City of Birmingham, Jefferson County, and surrounding communities June 13th through the 15th, 2025. We're talking about 20-plus sports open to athletes of all ages and abilities. The 42nd Alabama State Games will be something to behold. Mark your calendars now and be ready to go when registration opens. Visit allagames.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more exciting announcements.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Little highlights of Deuce Knight there. Could be Auburn's next great quarterback.
Could it be the Deuce is loose?
Let's hope. That would be nice to see. But, yeah, that left-handed delivery, that's always
That's one of the great things about throwing a football. And a lot of you guys out there may not know because you're not throwing them very much or watch them. But the spin off of a lefty comes differently to a receiver than a righty. So it will take some time for a receiver to kind of get used to that spin.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. He obviously tremendously athletic guy. Is the composite, 5-star, 6'4", 206 pounds. He'll probably put on at least 10 to 15 pounds, I would imagine, in his college career. But number 29 player in the country. Will enroll in January. That's another thing about this class too, Jim. You look at that. We signed 25 guys, and by my count, 1, 2, 3, 4 is all that are not coming in January.
Wow.
21 guys are coming in January and will be on campus to go through spring practice.
That's how you get you a starting spot in the fall. You're here long enough to understand the system, show the coaches that you know the system, and get out there and get to work.
Yeah.
That's why I fully believe that's why you didn't see Perry Thompson day one starter, is because he was one of the late shows, and he just didn't put it all together.
Yeah. I think that's probably true.
In the same way you got one coming, like Eric Smith. I've seen highlights on him. He's a great player, and he's not coming until May.
Right.
So that's going to be a big setback for him as well.
Derek and Eric.
Yeah.
The twin brothers. from Southside Selma. Mm-hmm. One of the guys that I love in this class is Elijah Melendez. Mm-hmm. I think he's going 6'2", 225 from Kissimmee, Florida. He is a true middle linebacker, and he brings hate when he comes and meets somebody in the middle. I really love that kid. I think he's going to be tremendous at Auburn.
That's what you want out of a middle linebacker, is the old saying of being a dog. You want him to see a car coming and he says, I'm going to tackle the dang car.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Absolutely. You know, Sam Turner is a guy that Auburn flipped late, the wide receiver. He was committed to Georgia Tech for a long time out of Decatur, Georgia. I think they feel like, you know, he's the 445th player in the country, but I think they feel like they got a steal with him. Mm-hmm. And he's like one of these very underrated guys. So you're adding Derek Smith, you're adding Derek and Eric Smith and Sam Turner, the wide receivers to this. If you can, again, you would hope that the Freeze 4 remain on campus, and you add these three guys to that room.
Right.
And, you know, Derek Smith, 24/7 didn't have him rated very highly, but in the composite, he's rated as the number 67 player in the entire country. So super athletic.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it seems odd. The 6'1", he's got a twin brother that's 6'6", and his twin brother is just kind of an afterthought here. You know, they rate him in the 1300s.
Yeah.
But you know, how much different can they be for twins?
I mean, there sometimes can be a lot.
Well, apparently there's 5 inches difference anyway.
That's well, and you know, you were just bringing up the Turner kid. I followed him throughout the season too, and for him, like you said, being underrated, he played in that Atlanta metro area over there, and there are some strong football players in that part of the state. For him to dominate in that area, he's got some talent.
Oh yeah, no question. Well, as I mentioned, the Super 7 going on right now. Mars Hill, Bible, and Houston Academy going on. I'll check that score, or somebody wants to give me that score out there. That one started at 11. You got Wadley and Maplesville. Wadley's 12-0. They have just been destroying people. They've been averaging probably 60 points a game. They're going to take on Maplesville. Maplesville is one of the stalwarts in Alabama high school football. They've won several state championships over the years in 1A. They'll take on Wadley at 3 o'clock. And then again, Moody and Montgomery Catholic. Moody's 11-2, Montgomery Catholic's 13-0. Montgomery Catholic beat Viger 21-7 last week. Putting up 21 points on that Viger team is a major accomplishment.
And as we all know of, and he's actually coached here in our area before, but now back at Clay Central like he used to be, Danny Horn. I've heard from him and from some of their coaches, they had what they thought was a state championship team there that would have went on through this year. One of the better teams he's ever coached, and they beat them pretty soundly in Clay County.
Yes, they did.
So Montgomery Catholic should roll.
I think that game was in Montgomery Catholic, actually.
Yeah. No, the Clay County game was. Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
you're right.
But they hammered them pretty good, though. All right, we got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with one final segment right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, you care about the air you breathe.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carry or cool cash rebates. Visit Sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe. Call Sensagreen.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Go ahead and mark your calendars, sports fans. The Alabama State Games are returning to the Magic City of Birmingham, Jefferson County, and surrounding communities June 13th through the 15th, 2025. We're talking about 20-plus sports open to athletes of all ages and abilities. The 42nd Alabama State Games will be something to behold. Mark your calendars now and be ready to go when registration opens. Visit alagames.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more exciting announcements.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz final segment on this Thursday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. I had Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. You reminded me during the break.
Yes.
Great place to get some tremendous food. Got a wide variety of wines, tremendous selection of steaks and ribs, steak burgers, Kaneka burgers, tiger tails, whatever you'd like. Got a little bit of everything there. And the food is absolutely delicious. Prices are reasonable. Go and check out Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine today. You can go to their website and check out their daily lunch specials as well. That's steaksnwine.com. That's just the letter N, steaksnwine.com. And they got 2 locations, one in Montgomery and one on East Glen in Auburn. Again, tremendous food, good people. Go by there. You will not be disappointed. Trust me. 22 all. Mars Hill Bible and Houston Academy. So this one, you kicking this thing off right today. This is a tremendous game going on.
Who's on the call for that one, Brett?
I think Luke may be doing the.
Okay. If you guys, once you get done with our show today, you need to tune in and listen to those guys. They do a great job broadcasting.
Yeah, you can, check out if you want to watch it. It's on PBS, your local PBS station. If you want to listen to it, radio stations are carrying it. The AHSAA radio network got a bunch of affiliates carrying that thing. So, Andy, you didn't have to buy that caller a steak. I may buy James a steak anyway. Colorado is not going to make the playoff. I think that is.
Well, he sure is Deion's still pleading his case.
Yeah,
because he says, how can you have the Heisman Trophy winner and not be the 12th place team in the country?
He ain't got a trophy yet.
Right. Well, the only one that I see standing in his way is that Ashton Genty at Boise.
Yeah. And if you had a 2,000-yard rusher, case closed. He was going to get it.
Yeah. But now you got it on both sides of the ball. So that's a different ball game.
That's true.
And I heard there was a rumor out there that Genty may actually get in the portal.
Really?
Yeah.
Where would he end up?
Oh, what would the price tag be?
That's a good question.
Yeah, because you got to think, if I just put up those numbers, Boise's not going to pay me my market value. Everybody's got a value now.
Sure.
If there ever was such a thing as name, image, and likeness, he's give his dang name an image and a likeness that everybody in the country knows who he is right now. And he probably wants somebody to pay for it.
Yeah. Look at Judkins. I mean, he left Ole Miss and went to Ohio State.
That's right.
So, that guys are going to shop around. That's the way college football
I say always. Most teams, especially at Boise, would let him go back if he decided to go back.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
It is December the 5th. On this day, 1978, Pete Rose became the highest paid player in Major League Baseball. Signed a 4-year, $32 million contract. $8 million a year was tops in baseball in 1978. Now I think you make at least 30.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
A year.
Yeah.
30, 35.
I mean, you got some Shohei money out there that's on up in the hundreds.
Yeah, maybe 50 a year. Yeah. 1981 on this day, the 47th Heisman Trophy, Marcus Allen, running back out of USC, great running back. Went on to have a great career with the Raiders as well.
Him and Bo.
Yeah. 1987, 53rd Heisman Trophy, Tim Brown from Notre Dame, last Notre Dame player to win the Heisman Trophy.
Really?
They had quite a few before that, but Tim was the last one.
He was wasn't he in the same era with Bo too, right?
Yeah. He played for the Raiders too, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was a really, really good receiver for many, many years in the NFL. 1992, on this day, the first SEC championship game. Alabama defeated Florida 28-21. Of course, everybody remembers Antonio Langham.
This is one I'm going to throw at you, and you tell me, should it, in your opinion, be over now? Because think about it, if you are Georgia, let's say, you've already got 2 losses. If you go in there and take a third, what do you have to gain from that? You know what I'm saying? Like, are they guaranteed? If I'm guaranteed I'm going to make the playoff, or even take me as Texas, I should just decline and say, you know what, guys, I'm not going to come because we're already in the playoffs. What do we have to gain from it?
I think championship games are eventually going to go away.
Yeah.
I think everybody looks at it now and says there's just too much money being made by that. But I think at some point, common sense has to look at it and say, it's a detriment to these teams.
Because, if me and you were going to load up the family and go watch them play at the SEC championship game, Auburn, let's say Missouri back years ago, we were all in, sold everything we had to go watch a ball game.
Yeah.
Now, that same Auburn team would have been in the playoffs. I'm not going to spend my money in Georgia when I'm going to go to playoffs.
Exactly. I think that will happen. It might not happen in the next couple of years, but I think it'll happen in the next few.
Yeah.
You'll just see, they'll just go away because the playoff is going to take over for sure. Happy birthday today, Walt Disney, the innovative and, just incredible imagination of Walt Disney. Born on this day, 1901 to 1966. Little Richard, J.J. Cale, wrote Call Me the Breeze that Leonard Skinner made famous. Cocaine and After Midnight that Eric Clapton made famous as well. Jim Plunkett, Heisman winner. Art Monk, Jack Russell from Great White, Once Bitten, Twice Shy. Johnny Resnick of the Goo Goo Dolls. And Gary Allen, still blowing smoke rings in the dark somewhere. Good singer. All right, that's going to wrap it up for us. He's Jim. I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.